We are living in a time where disease is getting even worse every year. There are constantly new and old diseases that get worse. So, what's happening? What's happening right now? What's happening in our planet to us? Joe Dispenza says there are no chronic illnesses, there are just chronic patients. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use the law of attraction to heal yourself, right? Let's get started. But before we go, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on all the notifications for it using the bell icon, and also like the video. That helps us a lot, right? Let's get going. So, first of all, for those who don't know what is the law of attraction, so the law of attraction is a metaphysical law that says you are you attract to you, sorry, what you are, or what you are most of the time at least. That includes thoughts, feelings as well. You're not just body. So it doesn't mean that because your body looks great, you will attract great looking people. It doesn't work like that. It works as in everything you are. So for example, if you are a healthy person and feel great, you attract to yourself feeling great. Okay, and more people who feel great surround you, and more situations where you feel amazing also start happening because you constantly think and feel that way. The opposite applies as well. If you're constantly thinking that you're feeling bad, that you're sick, that something hurts, more of that is coming your way. That's what law of attraction says. Law of attraction is neither good or bad. It's just neutral. You make it good or bad for you by your constant application of feelings and thoughts. Now, what happens when you are constantly in pain and you're constantly thinking about your pain and you're constantly thinking about your illness and you're feeling bad about that, you're feeling uh, like crap all day long, basically? What happens there? Well, you enter what is called a state of disease. This is a term I heard it first from Dr. Joe Dispenza, but maybe it comes from somebody else. However, think about this. Disease, the word disease, is composed by two other words. This is. So it's the lack of is, or it's the state where you are not at ease, right? When you are not calm. That's the idea. It's even the word is very powerful. It tells you what is happening. You're not calm, you're not at ease, right? In our society, we see an uprise of so many illnesses, even those that existed long ago. Like right now, how many people are dying from heart related issues, right? From, from diabetes, for example. Shouldn't we be at a point with all our technology, with all our tools, shouldn't we be at a point where those things are long gone? Why is it that right now it's even worse than before? Why is it that right now there's so many people who can't really stand a simple flu? What is happening? What is this? Well, that is a state of disease. But it's just a state. You can think of it as you're here, you're healthy, you fall into the state of disease by any reasons, okay? It could be your life decisions, it could be just somebody uh, gave you some sort of disease, um, an accident happened and now you can't walk. It might be inherited from your parents, might be. So the causes might be many, but you enter the state of disease. However, staying there is mostly your choice because it's a state. You don't need to remain there. The state of disease is designed by nature to give you a chance and the alert to say, okay, I need to rest. I need to get back to the state of ease, of calm, right? In our society, we live in a state of constant stress. We are always alert, always stressed. What happens when you are like that all day long? So it turns out your body gives you some hormones, a main one called cortisol. That hormone actually puts you into a state of alert. But where does that come from? All right. So cortisol and the state of alert is designed by nature because we are animals and we need to live in a natural environment, or so our body thinks. So it has defense mechanisms such as that, so that whenever we need to run from a lion, for example, yeah, it triggers, we run from a lion, we save our lives, and at that moment we stop all vital functions that are not related to survival: reproduction, feeding, digesting, breathing, even whatever is needed for you to actually make it out make it out of that situation where your life is in danger. But in our society, we are not in danger anymore, most of the time at least. But we live as if we were. And nobody is designed to live in a constant state of alert. What happens when you are like that? Well, disease happens. And it can be so many things. But if you look at most chronic disease, you will see that one of the causes, and it's common across most of them, is the stress. Even for diabetes, you might be an amazing cook and you might be eating healthy and you still get diabetes. Why is that? Nobody in your family had it. Why is that? Well, turns out you were the last 10 years of your life living in stress because you can't afford rent, you can't pay for your kids' schools, whatever is the reason, it doesn't matter. But you lived in a constant state of stress during the last 10 years and boom, diabetes for you. But it can be anything actually. It can be anything. You never know. It's like a lottery of some sort, but a very bad lottery at that. However, we all have access to a healing machine. We all have access to it. So there is hope here. It's free. We all have a healing machine that's free. So I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you a product that will magically heal all your wounds. No, because you already have it. What is that? What is this machine? So this machine is your human body. Your body is designed to heal. It has all the tools needed for it to heal anything. But anything, all right? Anything that happens, because the body is also designed for survival, all right? So yes, there are situations where a person dies, for sure. Because the body, as magical as it is, it needs certain conditions. But it has all the tools. However, your stress is stopping it from performing its very own vital function, which is healing. Right? It's just as simple as that. So you have that machine on you all the time. You are that machine. You are part of that machine, or that machine is part of you, right? But to make it work, you need certain conditions, and you need to make sure those conditions remain constant, because we're very good at creating bad conditions and making sure they remain constant. That's just how it is. However, we need to learn to be good at creating conditions that remain constant for us to be healed. So, my tool here, and what I've used myself, is what I call healing mentality. It just has 3 stages, or 3 things that you need to do, right? So it's very simple. The first one is your thoughts. So you constantly have so many thoughts. I can't remember how many thousands or millions of thoughts we have every day. It turns out 95 to 99% of them, when you're an adult, are negative thoughts. And guess what? If you're in a state of disease and most of your thoughts are negative, guess where they will focus? Well, most likely, and you don't even realize this, but most likely they will be focused on your disease. So negative thoughts into your diseases, bad combination. So you have to step back. You have to first understand that you are having those thoughts. So be conscious about them. Be conscious. That's the first step. Be conscious of your thoughts and start changing them by positive thoughts. And yes, I understand you are in big pain right now. I understand. But I'm just asking you to change your thoughts into positive ones, into healing thoughts. I am healing. I am being healed right now. I am healing. It's the only thing I'm asking you to do, right? You don't need to lift a finger to think. You don't need to be able to see in order to think. You don't need to be able to speak in order to think. You just need to think that you are being healed, and start changing those thoughts that tell you that you're getting worse every day, by those that tell you that you're getting healed and you're getting better every day. It's an exercise and it's an habit. So you gotta get this habit. You have been 20, 30, 40 years or more thinking and remaining in the habit of thinking the worst. Now I'm telling you that you need to start getting a new habit. And I'm telling you to make it quick. All right? So focus. Focus on this. The next step, it's a little bit easier once you have mastered the first one. And it kind of comes along. And it's mastering your emotions and start producing positive emotions. Positive emotions and positive thoughts together, they resonate and generate a positive field around you. They expand because positive emotions are expansive, whereas negative emotions are limiting. They contract your energy field. But positive emotions, they actually make it bigger. All right? You raise your vibration. There's a video in this channel to understand how to raise your vibration. I'm not gonna go through it, but you don't need to even understand that. You just need to understand that you need to start feeling. Feel grateful. Say thanks, but feel thanks. Thank you for your healing. I am being healed. And start feeling gratefulness. State of gratefulness is actually very attached to the fact that you have already received what you were looking for, what you wished for. So if you set yourself in a state where you feel good, where you feel grateful, the universe will understand that you are already receiving that your body will understand the same and will trigger its healing mechanism. All this positive bubble that you create around you ends up with the third step, which is setting the stress down, tone it down, tone the stress down. Some might say that you need to do that first, but for me, it actually worked backwards. Once I realized that I was creating this positive bubble around me, every time I went into a state of stress, I noticed it so bad, so bad, that there was no way I would stay there. So, because you're surrounding yourself in these positive emotions and thoughts, every time something that doesn't vibrate like that doesn't feel like that, it's like a black spot on a perfect white wall. You'll see it no matter where you're looking at. So you'll see it. You can see where the spot is. You can definitely turn away from that. Okay, it could be a situation, you can walk away from it. It can be a person that's doing something that actually puts you under stress. You can walk away from it. It might be work, all right? You can learn to just let go of that stress at work and just do your best, and that's it, right? Because you are healing right now and you want to keep focused on healing. All this is an habit, as I said, so it won't be perfect at first. Neither was your negativity when you started having it. So you can start right now. I'll tell you how it worked for myself. So I had a horrible, almost incapacitating back pain 2 years ago. I started doing this because there was no solution for me. And I started healing the moment, like, I started this one day, that same day, I already started feeling better, right? But I really started feeling better from my pain, not only on my heart and whatever you want to know. I was already triggering the healing machine, so the healing machine started working, okay, immediately. And immediately it started fixing what was broken, fixing my nerves, fixing my back. It happened immediately. And of course, you will have ups and downs, for sure. I had them. Like that day I felt amazing, but the next day I didn't, it wasn't an habit yet, so I didn't pay attention and I entered a circle of stress and I didn't go out of there for like a couple hours at least, and the pain was very acute again. All right. So I had to breathe, set myself in a better mood, set myself in a healing pattern. And I had to let go of all the stress almost immediately because otherwise I wouldn't heal. Weeks passed and I was better and better and better. Months passed and I was completely healed, so much that I could run again. I could lift very heavy weights at the gym and I could do any sports again completely normally. Okay? It's just as magic as that. And it's your body healing itself. Right? I know for some of you it sounds weird, especially because nowadays it looks like, especially in the Western world where most of you might live, as I do as well, it seems like you need some sort of medication for anything. But the truth is, you don't. You don't need any of that. You just need to set the environment so that your body can heal itself again. the more energy you put into this, the faster it works. Because the body, the universe, the field, as Joe Dispenza says, the unknown, doesn't really know of time. It's not a matter of time, it's a matter of intensity. The more intense your emotions, the more intense your thoughts, the better and the faster this will work for you. So, right now, before we end the video, what are you waiting for? It's free. You can try it right now. You can start doing it right now. What are you losing? You have probably been on some sort of medication for years and it still didn't cure you because it's not even supposed to cure you, just supposed to hide the symptoms. So, what are you waiting for? What can you lose? More importantly, what can you actually win if this goes right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button for this amazing video. See you next time. Goodbye.